What's up, everybody? Crazy Eights here, and we got another Transformers Age of the Prime review. This time we're looking at Wreck-Gar. I believe it's the animated version of Wreck-Gar. So we'll take a quick look at the box, and then we'll get into the figure with accessories, comparisons, alt modes, all that good stuff. So hang back, relax, and let's enjoy the video. I'm starting this way because of what they did. Let me cover my address. Yeah, this is how they sent it when I ordered it. So this is the front of the box. You can't see nothing. So we're going to start with the back of the box, which is the product shot of him in alt mode and robot mode. 16 steps, and here's a little play feature that he has with the claw. Wreck-Gar, Junkion, all that good stuff. Here's the bottom with the barcode. 13 primes, all is one. He is a Voyager class. Here's a good image of him right there. And there's the top. Standard box, nothing great. So let's take a look at the robot mode. Actually, before we do a robot mode, let's do his accessories first. This is how everything comes. This comes separate. This is the front of the truck, pretty much. This is packed separately. This is his weapon, which is the claw. Opens up, has articulation on it. It does open up. It's got some nice spikes on it. Got some good detailing on it. And then he comes with these things that, when the robot mode, it kind of reminds me of suspender straps. But he comes with two of these. The part of the, I guess, the garbage truck, the hydraulics for the garbage part, or the pail, I guess. So we come with two of these. Now I'm gonna put these on. I'm gonna put that on later, but we'll put these on now. All right, so here he is in his robot mode with all the pieces on him, and he is a retooling and a remold of Trash Master from Legacy Evolution line. He was a Junkion, and this is the animated version of Wreck-Gar. I don't remember what he looked like in the animated TV show because I really didn't watch it. But this is what his face sculpt looks. I remember the face sculpt looking like that, but I don't remember what he transformed into in the TV show. But going around, he's got this huge ass thing off, and I can't get it to like snap in cleanly. But he's got a huge junk in his trunk. Let's take a look at the details of him. I'm gonna bring the camera up a little bit so we can take a look at the details up close. So here's his head sculpt. He's got a little smirk with the mustache and the goatee. Yellow bucket head, blue eyes, and like a off-white cream colored face. Going down, he's got the spikes and all that, and on the windshield, you can see the wipers, you can see the what do you want to call that? I don't know. Bars on the windshield, pretty much, for his chest. He's got a lot of spikes everywhere, pretty much. I do like the arms. I like the silver on it. I do like the fact that he's got dual guns on both hands. Going down the body, still more spikes. Very Mad Max apocalypse looking garbage truck, if you ask me. There's his feet. And then going down so he falls apart. They just have the front of the truck hanging off his back. You could take this off if you wanted to for a cleaner look and put it to the side, and then that looks much better. But then you got the parts for him, and if you want to do that, you can. Now let's take a look at his only weapon. Okay, here he is all armed up with the claw. Just be mindful when putting it on there. It's a kind of a tight fit, and sometimes you try to pop it in. This piece will break off from here. Not break, but it'll separate. You just gotta clip it back together. But there you go, there's his claw. Opens up that much. Yeah, that's his weapon. All right, a quick correction with his weapon, how he holds it. I had in the front peg right here. He has two back ones where it clips into his hand, and it sits better on it. It looks like a cleaner look. So that's how you're supposed to do it. I had it wrong. Oops. Anyway, that's how it's supposed to look. That's his weapon. Now for comparisons, here he is with Power of the Primes Wreck-Gar. I like his face sculpt on this, but I don't like the rest of it. Here is with my Studio Series Wreck-Gar, and his gun nips are in the crate somewhere. They fell off. Here he is with Trash Master. You can see the similarities and differences. He's got basically the paint and all that in the head sculpts are the biggest difference. I kind of like how his paint schemes look, because things pop out more in the chest than over here. It's kind of bland and boring. I like this one better. We can do this head swap. No, it'd be two different oranges. But yeah, you can see how they look together. Alright, so this is animated Wreck-Gar from the Age of the Primes, I'm sorry. Alright, so that was my look at Age of the Primes Wreck-Gar. I believe this is the animated one, and I'm looking at the images online about what he looks like from the TV show. Or the cartoon, and it looks nothing like this. This one's very chubby and thick and fat, and that one's more sleek and slender. But I guess the alt mode is what they're looking at, right? He transforms into a garbage truck. But as far as robot mode goes, it looks nothing like the animated version, which is a bummer, because that looks like a really interesting design that they could work with. As for the toy itself, the joints are nice and tight. It's just that it's not a clean robot mode at all. I took this off because it just doesn't stay on well, and it looks better like this. But yeah, it's just not it's not animated Wreck-Gar from what it looks like when I'm looking at it. It's just Trash Master with a new head sculpt. That's what I see. Anyway, that's it for robot mode. We're gonna do the transformation next. Okay, let's get this guy transformed, and I put this on, but as you can see, it's pushing out when I install it. So I don't know. Trash Masters went on smoothly and cleanly. That one not so much. But anyway, let's get this guy transformed. Okay, first thing you want to do is take his head, pop it in like that. Then you're gonna take this hood, gonna bring it up and over like that. Bring his arms straight forward like this. And make sure that they're straight on both sides. Then you want to take his hands and spin them down so the guns are down and he's pretty much palm up. And then from this point, you're going to take it from here and you're going to twist the arms that way so the guns are inside now. So you're going to twist like that. Then you're going to turn them around, and then it looks like you're going to unpeg them from here and bring these back. So now you got the side of the truck. You got the front part and the side of the truck done. Once you have that, you want to snap the two together. Seems easier said than done. All right, there we go. Put those together, and then it should join up. There we go. Okay, much better. There we go. I'm gonna come around here, bring up these hip skirts, and bring those up. Then come over here, bring the feet, and bring them all the way up. Now at this point, you could join these together too, as well. At this point, you're gonna take the waist and you're gonna turn it around so you have the front of the truck facing the window. So the next part is you're gonna take this piece and you're gonna bring it up like that. You're gonna come over here, should straighten this out, I think. And then these are gonna, of course, they're probably gonna unpeg too. But you're gonna bring these down and they're gonna snap in. They're gonna snap into the legs. And there we go, just like that. All right, then you want to take these pieces, you want to turn them in closer, like that. And then you want to close these up on both sides. And they'll clip in. There's a clip right here that's going to clip into it. So it looks like this. And the last thing you want to do is bring this up. I remember this being really tight on Taskmaster to get it pegged in and unpegged. So yeah, this is the pain part. I might have to do this off camera. Gotta use your muscles to get this in there. But ideally, you have these pegs and these slots, pegs and slots here that are supposed to marry them up. But I'm gonna do that off camera really quick because it's a struggle. And there you go. There we have it. Wreck-Gar's transformation into his alt mode. Back for transformation, and here he is in his alt mode, which is supposed to be a garbage truck, but they kept so much of Trash Master's design that it doesn't really pull it off. I believe it's supposed to be like a. This is not something that you're gonna see dumping your garbage. This is more of a Mad Max design than they should have retooled it and redid it differently instead of just repainting it, because it just doesn't belong in a city dumping trash, in other words, right? It's got the chains on it, it's got like bars on the windshield and spikes everywhere, so it's not really. They should have remolded it and to make it more less aggressive, I would say. I mean, it's a cool looking vehicle, but not for what Wreck-Gar was in the animated show. But up front, you see you got like you saw everything already. You got the windshield with got the wipers, and you got the bars on it on both sides. Got nice yellow headlights. You got a nice grill, but it's got a cow scoop or cow catcher, whatever you want to call that. I don't think that's what it's called, but you got like the bumper guard right there. On the side, you got a little Autobot logo right there, which I didn't notice, which is pretty cool. You got some good detailing, but one thing it's missing is the back part of the truck. Like I feel like you have the hydraulics for it, but you don't have a garbage pail attached to put the garbage in. You got chains on here for some reason. You got dual cannons in the back. You can see his hands also, but that's gonna be fixed in a minute. I'll show you what goes over there. But yeah, they should have retooled it a much cleaner, less aggressive look. Here it is from the bottom. Nice chunky feel. This is a pain right here. When this thing is attached, it's attached. It's a pain to take apart. It's very tight in there. On both copies, even on Trash Master. But that's his alt mode. He does roll pretty well as well. So now for his weapon, it's gonna go on the back here for weapon storage. You want to bring the Pac-Man face up like this before you install it, and then you just put these two pegs right here into his hands. Hold on, I can't do this with a camera in my legs. There you go, and then you just lay this down like that. Again, still. So now you got a very, I guess this is the back part of the truck where you can put the garbage in, but yeah, I guess this is supposed to be the whole garbage pail part, but I don't know. I don't see it. If you use your imagination hard enough, you probably could. But that is Wreck-Gar, animated Wreck-Gar from Age of the Prime's alt mode. Now let's do some comparisons. Now I'm gonna just do some bunch of Wreck-Gars that I have. So here is the Power of the Primes Wreck-Gar, which is more towards his animation first appearance from Studio Series, which is a bicycle. But I remembered that this guy, his head was broken and it broke off during transformation again. I just gotta glue it back together. But yeah, it sucks. The Studio Series, which yeah, is huge compared to him. Like he could get on there and ride that. And here he is with Trash Master. You can see the differences in the paint. This front end is better than this front end, but the windows are better on this one. So it's like, but again, I don't think they should have used this mold. They should have retooled this mold on this guy to make him like more of a garbage truck as less than a Mad Max vehicle. But they're exactly the same. Just paint apps are different. All right, that was my look at Transformers animated Wreck-Gar from Age of the Primes. His alt mode is, it's a solid, sturdy alt mode. Everything's pegged in and nothing's gonna move on you, which is nice. It feels nice and heavy and chunky. But for what they're going for, this mold should have been retooled and less aggressive, and it should have been more of a garbage truck than a Mad Max vehicle. They just kept Trash Master's design and just repainted it and gave him a new head. But me personally, I feel like this mold, if they wanted a garbage truck, they should have made this back park more of a garbage truck instead of this. That's just my personal opinion. But all in all, it's decent enough. And she's too chunky to be for animated Wreck-Gar. Anyway, that's it for this video. I do hope you all enjoyed it. Till next time, Crazy Eats is out.